Leaf gall of Cordia. In this lecture, we will study about the causal organism of leaf gall of Cordia and various histochemical changes that occurred in galled leaf tissues. Let us start. Cordia is a medium-sized deciduous tree. It belongs to family Boraginaceae. The tree shows vigorous growth. Its fruits are edible and they are used as a pickle. These galls are present on the leaves and they are induced by a mite named Eriophyes cordiae. They are very common throughout Rajasthan, especially during the spring. These galls are green to dark green in color. They are epiphyllous and Filz gall. Filz galls are the type of gall that are characterized by their hairy epidermal outgrowth. These galls are initiated as a result of attack of mite on the adaxial surface of young leaf. As we see in this picture, numerous galls are present on the surface of the leaves. These galls contain a spacious cavity and a large ostiole through which these galls open on the underside of the leaf. The cells of inner epidermis are modified into a dense forest of multinucleate hairs in which mites are present in their various stages of development. Normal leaf tissues differ from gall leaf tissues. Various histochemical changes occur in gall leaf tissue as a result of infection by mite. First one, the normal leaf of Cordia exhibit a very little amount of lipid, but in gall tissues, lipid globules are accumulated in the vascular region and also in nutritive tissues. The abundance of lipid in the nutritive tissues may be due to the continuous wounding as a result of feeding activity of Cecidozoa, which alter the metabolic pathway to synthesize more lipids near the feeding zone. And this in turn is utilized by the mites to maintain their life activities for a long period of time. In normal leaf, vascular bundles, especially the phloem tissues, was full of starch. But in gall tissues, the nutritive tissues and multinucleate hairs were thickly packed with starch granules. And this may be due to the possibility of diffusion of soluble saccharides which are produced by the starch hydrolysis towards the nutritive tissue, and these in turn may be utilized by the gall inducing organism. Gall tissues showed a higher concentration of proteins in comparison to normal tissues. Large amount of protein were also found near the cells of the nutritive zone and vascular bundles in the matured gall leaf. The presence of high amount of protein in the gall tissues and maximum being in the nutritive zone helps the mite in growth and development. Tannin-filled cells were also present in abundance in nutritive and vascular tissues in gall leaves, whereas the normal tea leaf tissues showed very less amount of tannin. Similarly, phenols in gall tissues were present in higher concentration in nutritive zone and in vascular region, as compared to normal tissues. Lignin was also present in higher concentration in nutritive tissues and in mesophyll region in leaf gall tissues than in normal leaf tissues. Normal leaf shows localization of acid phosphate activity in small amount, whereas in gall tissues it appears in scattered groups, especially in and around the vascular bundles. The high activity of acid phosphatase in gall tissues, maximum in nutritive zone, shows high metabolic activity in cells of nutritive zone. Hence, mobilization and accumulation of metabolites in the gall tissues are utilized by the gall inducing organism. For further readings, I would like to suggest following research paper. The first one is Studies on Plant Galls from India and Leaf Galls of Cordia obliqua, while Cordia mixa lin. Boraginaceae. Author Krishnamurthy K.V., Raman A. and Ananthakrishnan T.N. The second paper is Histochemical Profile of Mite-Induced Leaf Galls of Cordia dichotoma by Suman L. Sharma, Mosmi Devnath and Umakant. Thank you for watching.